This shed is the home of the Colin Firth channel. Nearly all 1 billion plus views that I've accrued on this channel have been of things that have been made in this shed and filmed. It is small, but it is well equipped, it's got everything I need, and it's relatable. Nearly all of the people watching this, you guys, you could own this shed. It's not massive, it's just a shed. Now then, I'm not getting rid of this shed, and I don't want to replace it, because I love it, but every now and again I get asked to make bigger stuff. Huge trebuchets, full-size tyre silencers. And for that, I go up Tom's farm. But Tom's farm is a working farm and his spaces aren't always available. Like at the moment, they're full of corn.
My barn's full of corn.
So, the Colin Firth channel needs its own space for doing the bigger things. And also, a new Colin Firth bundle box. See that at the end of the video. It's Stinky Farm Barn. Okay, so we have got use of this whole space, but it's just a dusty, empty old barn at the moment. There's a lot of muck, there's a lot of dirt, there's a lot of bird poo, so we've got to clean it all down, sort it all out. We've got to make it windproof, because there's loads of holes at the minute. Plug sockets, there's only one plug socket, but we do have three-phase power. That is good. Now, my first job is to take this mezzanine floor down, because I don't like where it is. I want to move it to this side of the barn, where this little jutty bit sticks out. Have it go across there so we can have tools underneath it, a little like workspace above it, and then basically get some benches set out, get some big old tools in, some lathes, a massive plastic cutter. Oh yes! So the previous tenants have left me a lot of gifts. We've got horseshoes and plastic ducks. Does it look like I know what I'm doing yet? Get on! Get on! Get on! Better tidy that up, hadn't I? Right, that's got that bit all nice and clean. Now, there's a few little jobs to do. If you can see the sunlight popping through the walls, we've got to fill all the gaps and stuff, but there's quite a few jobs around this place. It's going to be a lot easier to do once I've got a few more tools in here, because obviously we've not got much in here at the minute. Now, we've kind of set up like a little bit of a temporary workstation, workbench at the back here, but the next job is this side, sorting this mezzanine floor out. These three walls, they're going to go, and then we're going to put the floor up just above that door on that C channel. This requires a Tom Lamb style approach. Right, that's those walls down. So now we need to get some steels up, which means we need to cut some metal, we need to be welding some metal. We need some new tools, people! Right, first up, we've got the bandsaw. Now this is by Dimmerkin. Their distributor is based in the UK in Coventry, and this is very similar to the bandsaw which I've got back at the shed back at home. And although they're quite big, you can have them in a small workshop. Now, this is really good. It's got a 200mm capacity. It's got a built-in coolant system. It's obviously got the variable speed slowdown, so it can steady how fast it goes down. And they are the best things, really, because they what give it the ultimate accurate cut, because the blade is never under a lot of pressure. It's under as much pressure as you want to put it in. Also, obviously, it can cut on the angle. It can go up to 60 degrees, and it is the saw that twists, not the bed. So the whole blade thing twists to the side and move back, so you can have your piece of material stuck all the way through it. Now, all the pieces of equipment which I'm featuring in this video, the links will be in the description with the model numbers and everything, so you can go and check everything out if you want to. But this is a fantastic piece of kit. Okay, the welder, Lincoln Electric 350S. Now, Lincoln have been supporting my channel for a long time. Literally everything that's been made for the last 5 years has been done with a Lincoln welder. Now, this one, of course, 350 amp. It's got plenty of power, but its unique feature is the top part, which is kind of like the main grubbins and the wire feed, is separate to the bottom bit. So you don't have to be dragging the whole thing around the workshop with you. You can lift this off, take it to where you're working, and the actual welder, the gas bottle and everything can stay where it is. And it has got a long reach. If the welder is over here, I can pretty much be welding nearly right on the other side of the workshop. That is a win. Thank you very much, Lincoln. Again, links in the description. boring, isn't it? Right, got some bits of metal cut. Now we do need to work on our getting big bits of steel in Malarkey. Not quite happy with that, but I've got some plates cut. I need to weld them on the ends of those. And for that, it's a very nice new bit of kit. Check this out. So, what we've got is a 2.5 metre by 1.2 metre Siegmann fabrication table. Now, it's German made, brought into the country by Esco Trading Limited. I've needed one of these really for a long time. All the frames I've made are all a little bit twisted, because up until now I've just had to lay a sheet of plywood on the shed floor and use that as my flat base. But obviously, this is a lot better. But as well as just the table, it comes with all this. There we are, we've got clamps, we've got squares, we've got little knobbly bits, we've got these big tall clampy things. Now there's some nice little details as well, because all along the edge of the table there is a rule, there is a guide, so you can get stuff measured up. It's even etched in all the side of the plates, the squares, the jigs, everything has got scales and measurements all over it, and get it all fixed down properly, so when you weld it up, it doesn't all move. But, as well as that, what we've actually done, we've made this table the same height as the bandsaw table. So basically we can plonk our bits of metal on here, roll it across and roll it straight into the bandsaw, which should make cutting the big bits of steel a lot easier. Right, anyway, never mind all that, Colin. Let's get on with this blooming floor. It's taken ages. It took us all morning to put the legs on this thing. Right, that's got half the floor down. Now we've only done half because until I set the tools out underneath it, then we're putting the stairs. Are they going to go in the corner or are they going to come off the front here? I don't know. Right, so between them, we're going to fill all these holes in the wall, stop all the air coming through, and then we're going to set a nice long workbench up down the side of the barn. Oh yeah! What was that? What was that? Now, I've just put a couple of things spread out around the place. I'm not putting anything in permanent yet, because until you kind of make something in a workshop, you don't really know how to set it out completely. Now, things like shelves and stuff underneath, I've left all that out because this whole process would have been a lot easier if we'd have had this. So, what do we have here is a Robland 410 NLX Pro. Now, this was supplied to me by Markfield Woodworking Machinery. And when I went to their showroom, I was kind of thinking about getting something a lot smaller than this. But then I saw this and thought the ability to cut full-size sheets of ply on this wonderful roving gantry that gets from right here all the way down to here, I was like, that is the machine for me. Now, it is not just a rip saw, because obviously before I've had one of these, I've been laying sheets of ply on the floor, strapping bits of metal and then like running the circular saw, which is a complete nightmare. Now, this doesn't just cut, it is a combination machine. It has lots of features. It is awesome. The main saw itself has an additional smaller cutting blade called a slitting blade. This is a little wheel which sits just in front of the main one, spins in the opposite direction, and if you're cutting faced plywood or anything like that, it stops it chipping off and puts a nice little score in it. Lovely. The slide gauges for the main saw are all these digital DRO types for super accuracy. The planing wheel has multiple blade tips on it, which makes it a lot quieter, and also if you hit any nails, you don't have to replace the whole length of blade. You can just replace one of these little tiny ones, and you can actually turn them around 4 times, so it'll last even longer. Then you can just flip up the fences, and you've got the planer thicknesser, which can turn a manky old bit of wood right into a nice super clean plain bit of wood. Ooh, satisfying. There's also a spindle moulder which rises up out of the table, and all the dials have these wonderful analog style gauges within the wheel. Quite like that. It's very nice, Colin. Okay, now we've got the table saw sorted, and I'm going to put the extractor for it in the corner, which means I don't want the stairs in the corner. I've decided I want the stairs coming down from the front, and now I know that, I can finish the floor off. So, with a lovely set of stairs and the floor finished, we decided to paint the walls black for a bit of stealth and then work on setting up our shelves and our workbench area properly. There we are, it's all taking shape. So here we've got all the fabrication table stuff, all the pins and all the clamps. And then at the end, I've got all my welding clamps, all my magnets, all my jigs, all the stuff you get from Stakes' Metalwork. I've championed this guy before. If you're into fabrication, he sells it all. Tube notches, vice clamps, he does the centre finding rulers, which everybody seems to absolutely love. Go and check him out. He's got an amazing website. He's a really nice bloke. Now, there's a gap here, Colin. What's that gap for? Check this out. So, this is Shadow Foam. Now, this has been developed by a company in Northern England, and essentially what it is a foam which is in many layers. Top layer is black, and then it's got different colours underneath. And basically, you place your tools on it, you trace around it with a scalpel, and then you peel off as many layers as you need to, depending on how big the tool is. Obviously, a spanner is only going to want one layer off. But of course, something like cordless drills, you would want multiple layers off. Now, they have been here, they have sorted me out, and they have created this. Woo-hoo-hoo! Now, as you can see, this is really versatile stuff, but you can do some cool stuff with it, look. The heat gun, behind it is all the heat gun nozzles. What a great idea. Now, of course, you don't have to do tools, you can do other things, and you don't have to just do walls. You could do drawers like this. Right, so we've got 4 of these beautiful sealer drawers. In that one, we've got my socket set. In this one, this has been Knipex drawer. Now, basically, Knipex is supporting me now. They came to me ages ago and said, Colin, do you want some pliers? And I was like, yeah, sure, you know, their stuff's really good. And they sent me a catalogue, and it was like 1/2 inch thick, just with pliers. So I wrote back and I said, look, just send me the most popular stuff. So basically, this is what they've done. They've kitted me out really good. My favourites, I have to say, are these. They're like an adjustable spanner, but they have got some serious gripping power. Where adjustable would normally slip round, these are like properly clamp onto it. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, in the Shadow Foam, it looks brilliant. You're never going to lose one of them. So this is that drawer, but check this one out down here. For when you need a quick tea break. Now, if you want to get some of this, it's really cheap, and if you use my discount code, which is on the screen in the description, you'll get 10% off. But support this guy. He's a fantastic bloke. He's one of us. He's trying to set makerspaces up. He's trying to help as many people out as he can. So he's just a top bloke. And of course, massive thanks to Power Tool, mate, because they've sorted me out with all the Milwaukee tools. I mean, Jono just didn't turn up with a couple of cordless drills. He come up with an absolute mountain of stuff. Some of it I like very much. Bandsaw. Chainsaw. Metal shearers. Leaf blower. Now, of course, thanks to Power Tool, mate, again for sorting me out of all the power tools. Go check them out at the link in the description. Now, with the workbench pretty much set out, as much as I want it at the moment, it now leads me to this little spare area over here to set up. This is a Swiftcut Pro plasma cutter. This, for me, is the heart of the workshop. I absolutely love CNC plasma cutters. When I got my little Swifty in 2018, it opened up a whole new world of possibilities of things I can make. They've been trying to get me to have one of these for years, but of course, it's huge. I can't fit this in my garage. It's the size of a car. Now, this is basically the bigger, older, wiser brother of that small Swifty, which I've had for so many years and love. This will do full sheets. It's 2.5 metres by 1250 metre wide bed, so you can get a whole sheet on it. It's powered by a 105 amp Hypertherm plasma cutter, which will pierce cut up to 20mm steel, and if you come in from the side, it will cut even thicker than that. Now, I don't know if I'm ever going to want to cut thick steel like that, but that's pretty awesome. Now, as well as it being just bigger, it's got a couple of other little tricks up its sleeve. Inside the gantry, it's not just got the plasma cutter, no, it's got a little foot which comes down and senses where the material is, so it auto-adjusts the height. So if while you're cutting, the material warps or anything, the torch will rise up and down and it will follow the material so it never like crashes into it or anything. On my old one, I used to have to set that manually. But also next to this little foot is an engraver marker. This is a little tool which will come down and you can like mark serial numbers, you can mark like lines for like fold lines, cross hatching, you can put even little crosshairs in where you want to drill holes if you wish. But there's also another feature for drilling holes where the torch will come down and it will pop a tiny little divot in the surface of the metal, which is perfect for starting a drill. And to top it off, it has a laser crosshair to tell the machine where the edge of the material is. This thing is just super clever. Now, it's got its own computer gantry, which has got a touch screen, so you control everything. There's no, separate laptops or anything you need. It's got its own setup. You can just put USB things with all your drawings in the side. You can either have your CAD software set up on this computer, so you can draw it, put it straight into the software, and cut it straight away. It is just mega. It's got a water table, so there's no fumes. Oh, I just love it. It's amazing. I told them when they gave me the other one after I'd had it a week, if you try and take it back, I will wrestle you for it. Same goes for this. There will be wrestling done. If they said, Colin, can we have that machine back? No! Okay, we're nearly there. There's a couple of little jobs to do. Electrics, flooring, put some things on the wall, and then we've got some big old machines to come in. And then I'd say this workshop is about ready. Pretty cool. First logo, hover bike. I like it. Right, that's the workbench area sort of done, or the workspace area sort of done. And then over here, I've got some beastly machines. Okay, so I've got huge belt grinder, huge lathe, and a massive slip roll. Now, these have all come from Selmac Machinery, which is part of the Morgan Rushworth Group. This is a British company which has been around, according to the slip roller, since 1872. Now then, these are way bigger than anything I am used to. 6-inch belt grinder. You can get rid of a lot of material very fast in one of these things. You want to put like a little radius on the end of a bit of bar, you can just straight into it. It does it in seconds. It's got this little flip-up lid, of course, so you can use this flattening bit on the top to push things down, straighten them up, get them nice and polished. It looks fantastic, and you'll probably see this on camera quite a bit because it makes a lot of sparks, and we all like sparks. Okay, so the lathe. This thing is a beast. It's a Maya SG 1046. Now, if you think when I first started doing YouTube, I had one of those little mini lathes. Then I went up to like the biggest hobbyist one which I could get in my shed, but it still wasn't that big. This is, again, the same leap from that small one to that medium one I've got to my big one. Now, I have to respect this because there is a lot of power. There's a lot of torque in this machine. It will just pull anything. Now, a couple of cool features it's got. It's got this mega gearbox on it, so if you want to do screw cutting, rather than changing all the gears in the back of the machine, you just look at the chart on the side, select all these different letters to what it says and the speeds, and off you go, you've got screw cutting. That's cool. Also, the tool post, this is really cool. Turn the lever, take the tool post out, but if you want to change the angle, you just turn it, and it's got like this little toothed like kind of cylinder on it, and then it just slides back over it, in whatever angle you've selected, and bosh, there you go. I like that. That is a good feature. But generally, this is an absolute beast of a lathe. I know it's good, because ABOM79's just got one, and he likes it. He knows what he's doing. Okay, so what we've got here is a Selmac SBR 1270-140. Now, this is a powered slip roll. I could have done with this really while I was doing the tunnel, but of course part of the tunnel project's beauty is the fact that we're doing it all at home. But anyway, this beast will bend up to 6mm plate at like 4 foot 1200 width. That's got some serious power. Now, it's all fully automatic. We've got, basically, you can wind the roll at the back up and down with the push of a button. You've got a DRO, which tells you what stage it's at or what opening it's at. You raise and lower the bottom slip, obviously to pinch the material with this wonderful handle. And then, of course, to make it go, just got the foot switch and off it goes. I haven't actually bent anything to move it yet. I'm going to go and get a bit of metal. It's so much easier. Oh, look at it. This is a machine. I like 4mm that was. Obviously not very wide, but now last over in the corner, got the Dimikin drill. Now this is the same drill as I've got back at home, because they asked me, Colin, which one do you want? I was like, I'll have the same one I've already got. It's fantastic. It's nice and quiet, it's powerful, it's smooth. And it's got this cool little thread tapping feature on it, so if you turn it to thread tapping, then if you set this little thing here, then basically when you get down and it hits the bottom, it stops and then reverses again. So if you've got a tapping tool on it, it'll and then come back out again. As you can see, Now, over here, I've managed to squeeze in a vertical bandsaw. Now, I've never owned one of these before, but I've seen a lot of people using them, and they are very, very useful. Now, this is a Bailey BSV20. It's single phase, so you could have this at home. It's quite big. It's got a 14.5-inch, 37cm wide opening jaw, so you can get some quite big stuff through it. Obviously, cuts wood, also cuts metal. You've got a bit more control because you can obviously do more freehand, free-forming cutting with these, which is one of the unique features, which is what I like about them. Now, another feature it's got is a blade welding device. So basically, there's some choppers on the side, so you can cut it to length. And then basically there's a little emery reel where you can condition it. You pop it in there, it spots welds it together and it'll anneal it and everything. So if you snap a blade, you can join it back up again. Boom. Okay, there we are. That is the main workspace area. That is all sorted. We've just got to make some projects in here now, see if we've got everything in the right place and kind of just work in here. But we've got upstairs, we've got our little lounge area. Check this out. So this is like my comfort clean area, you know, somewhere you come and sit or where you can make yourself a drink, which reminds me actually, I think I need to get some more tea. Now, because this is a clean area, I've got this machine up here. So this is my HPC laser cutter. Now, if there was ever a machine that you could transfer from the workshop into your home, it is a laser cutter. Now obviously this one's pretty big, it's 1200 by 900 cutting base, but they do, HPC do little small ones that cut down right down to like A4 size. So you can stick them on your desk. Now this has an 80-watt tube in it. It doesn't cut metal, but it cuts wood, it cuts plastics, it'll do leather, it'll do card, and of course it engraves as well. These are very versatile pieces of kit. Now, as well as doing flat sheets, the bed will actually lower right down 300 mils, so you could put a box in or something a lot larger, you know, if you wanted to engrave or something, you know, do something you've already made. And basically, you just tell the laser cutter where the corner of the bit of material is, set the height manually with these buttons. There's just little up and down buttons on here, and then off it goes. And that is it. It is super simple. Now, it's all controlled off Lightburn, which is software you can get for your laptop. And basically, you tell it what to do, tell it how fast to cut, how strong the laser is, and then you basically import that file straight into the machine. But if you don't want to take your computer to the machine, you can just put it on a USB stick and plug that in the back of the machine, so you don't have to bring all this with it. Now, as well as making lasers, HPC also do the materials of which you want to cut. All different acrylics, there's different plastics you can get with different layers, so if you actually engrave the top layer, it kind of burns it off and leaves a different colour underneath, which is great for like signs and making like electronic plaques look absolutely fantastic. These are just brilliant, versatile bits of kit. And it's so versatile, I've used it to make something for this year's bundle box. So this year's bundle box, Keep On Digging is the theme, because we all love a bit of digging. Basically, you get your Keep On Digging mug, very nice for your cups of tea. Keep On Digging t-shirt, Colin Furze socks, hell yeah, that's a Christmas present. And then, Keep On Digging notepad for your scribbles, sticker kit. And then of course, made on the very laser cutter I've just showed you, some Colin Furze Xmas spanners for you to put on your tree, yes. And to top it off, you get a signed Christmas card. So let's Keep On Digging box, available on the colinfurze.shop.com. Oh my God, I've even screwed the link up. On the colinfurze.shop.com. But as well as that, if you don't want all this, you just want something that's pure Christmas, I've got a Colin Furze Christmas jumper. Oh yes, remember all them years ago when I put my Christmas tree right through my house? Well, that is the theme of said jumper. They, of course, are also available on the colinfurze.shop.com. And there we are, an absolutely awesome mega workshop. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is not replacing the shed at home. This is an addition to it if you want to come do some of the larger projects. Now, all the companies and all the tools that have been featured in this video, go and show them some love. If you're interested in any of them, click on the links, go and check out their websites. It's all been, I'm super overwhelmed with the support I've had on this. And of course, go and give yourselves a pat on the back, because if it wasn't for you lot watching my videos, enjoying all the projects, I wouldn't be able to do all this. We're heading into quite precarious times at the moment. Everything is costing an absolute fortune at the moment. We might be heading into a recession. It's not lost on me how mega an opportunity this even is. So it's crazy. I've wanted to sort of do this for a long time, but I've always been a bit nervous because, I like the fact that I'm a guy in a shed at the side of my house. But of course, every now and again, I want to do something mega. So we've got the space to do that now, so I hope you enjoy the projects which are going to come out of this. Now, the next video is going to be a project coming out of this. It's not massively huge, but it's just something which possibly couldn't have been done at home. So just to get used to the workspace. So you've got that to look forward to in the next video. Thanks again. Enjoy the merch, enjoy the bundle box, enjoy watching the Colin First channel. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all.